There we go. Okay, so I'm going to backtrack myself a little bit. Anyway, music alphabet, A to G. I showed you C and D, and that's on your sheet, reading the staff. Okay, so we're going to review a little bit with lesson 4, the treble clef lines. Okay, so I think I'm going to, let's see, there's 4 of you, so I'm just going to start. Let's start with Alvin, and then we'll go across to the bottom, and then you can tell me the names of the first line. Alvin. Letter name, pardon?
E.
Bernadette?
G.
Kathy?
B.
Mary?
D.
And then the top line is F. So did, what acronym works for you?
Every
To
good
learn.
boy does fine.
Okay.
Every good boy does fine.
Okay, so that's what you're familiar with. Okay, that's fine. Whatever works for you. Ernie gave Bert dog food. I always liked that one for elementary school. That was great. Okay, names of the lines. So go ahead. We're going to go ahead to lesson 5, and we're going to look at the treble clef spaces. Now, we did talk about this a little bit last week, and it spells the word face. Right. The faces are a little bit easier. There's only 4, F-A-C-E, and it's very easy to remember. All right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of time. Go ahead and finish that page, if you would, please. Go ahead and finish that page.
Did you say it was lesson 5?
Yes. It says treble clef spaces. This is what it looks like.
Okay, I think I didn't get that one printed out.
Well, it came across as lesson 8, and there was like,
okay.
Yeah, everything was together.
Yeah, I had a lot of papers here.
There should be 5. You should have had a total of 5. For some reason, the scanner just added them together.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't print that one. Darn it. Because I thought I had them all. I was trying to go through to make sure each one was printed, and then I missed it anyway.
And you'll have homework.
Oh, I will. So that's lesson 5, right?
Yes.
And that's the space.
Tonight, we're going to work on lesson 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to start 9. That's going to be 9. And then next week, guess what? We're going to have a quiz.
Oh, no. We have to study?
Yeah, sort of. Well, if you want to learn anything, you have to study, yes.
That's true.
True. Or as I would say to students, you know, learning through osmosis, like putting it on your pillow at night, putting the book on your pillow and sleeping with it doesn't work well.
Not really.
If it did, everybody would be doing it.
That's right. Excuse me.
Let me know when you're done.
Is it a PDF file?
Try to do it without looking at the reading the staff sheet. Try to do it from memory.
You know what I think I did? And I noticed it. Come here. So I don't talk so loud.
Okay, you don't think so? I'm trying to get, just hold on.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay, boy, you're good students.
Which one is it there? I can't read it. No one too.
Getting there?
Yep.
Okay, Alvin, you're done? And Mary, you don't have yours, so you've got homework.
We're trying to
Okay.
get it.
Okay,
Well, I'm
so,
just working on old pages. I printed so much.
oh,
So at least it'll keep me thinking of notes.
Lesson
just
5.
remember, reading music is the only activity that I'm aware of that uses both sides of the brain at once. So if anything, it'll make us smarter, right?
I hope.
Hopefully.
We can only hope.
Okay, so that's lesson 5. And you did that in good time. So that was good. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go with lesson 6. Now, this is this page, the treble.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and draw those whole notes in there. So they're showing you a letter. You're going to be spelling words, okay, with this. That makes it a little more fun. Well, go ahead and do lesson 6, and then let me know when you're done. I'm making you work hard tonight.
Yeah, well,
It's not 12:30.
I agree. You mean after midnight or noontime?
After midnight,
I'd be in bed sleeping.
not quite.
See if there's any right now. There's someone else that's waiting to come in. I don't think. Nope.
that's because they heard the work was too hard.
I think it was the word. It was the word homework. I think it
I think
scared
so.
everybody.
Yep.
It was homework.
You know,
Tell me
Vicki,
about homework.
I was okay with this.
When I went to Millersville with my practice time and everything, I had 20 hours a weekend.
Wow.
It was a little crazy. You didn't know you can spell words with music. It makes it fun. And again, try to do it from memory.
That's going to take me a while.
Well, try to do it from
Yes,
memory.
I am, but it's gonna take
That's why I gave you the cheat sheet.
Oh, thank you.
Or you can look at, lesson 4 and 5 too.
Between a good boy does fine or that's a line. That's a space. That's a line. This E is up there. There's this E.
Oh, you're one of those people. Oh, you're one of those people. No. All right.
And
You stretch the image like that. Yeah.
I think I got it.
Did you get to at least the fourth line? The fourth line?
Uh-huh.
If you get to the fourth line, you can stop, and then you can finish the rest on your own time.
Like there's the line E, and then you have face that ends with an E, the space up at the top.
Yeah, there's two E's. Which one how do you know which one?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so you can just pick and choose.
You can choose, mix it up. Yes, I'm sorry. I should have told you. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have duplicate notes.
Right.
And so either or, neither would be wrong. So if you finish the word dab at the end of the fourth line, then that's good. This is a lot more fun than teaching middle school.
Are we more obedient?
Oh, here we have somebody else that's waiting to come in. Well, there's Dolores. Hello, Dolores.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I had a problem with the computer.
Oh no. Well, you're not alone.
That's right. It goes with everybody.
Okay, Dolores, so where we are, did you get your sheets printed out?
I did not get everything. I have had 2 busy weeks while I was away, and it's been insane.
That's what happens when you go on vacation.
Yeah.
Well, right now we're on lesson 6.
Well, I have
So-
all those.
Okay, and it's being recorded, so you can go back and watch it.
Okay.
All right, gang, are you all good?
Yes.
You
Yes.
finished the word dab? We're doing this one right now. That's what they're working on. So I'm going to attempt to do a screen share again. So I'm going to introduce a little bit of the bass clef here in a minute or two. So we did talk about, and I'm just going to review here a little bit for the sake of Dolores. The music alphabet goes from A to G, 7 letters. That's it. So the new note that we learned tonight, what is this? Remember?
Oh,
Treble clef.
triple click.
That's what is that?
Middle
C.
C.
That's right, middle C. So that's middle C. Then this is
Next door D.
D.
correct. Next door D. So if you look at that sheet that I gave you that says reading the staff,
Uh-huh.
you'll see that the notes go up, and I always call it stepwise motion because that's what it is. One note right after the other, it's stepwise motion. So I'm going to use my flashcards here. Some of these notes you may not know, but I would like you to figure them out. So we're going to start at the top with Alvin, and we're going to go around
Aye.
clockwise.
Chihuahua, yeah.
Well, I'm going to give you a little time to think here.
Please do.
We're going to test your memory. Remember, you're getting smarter. See, everybody's getting smarter.
And we're getting older.
That's all the reason to get smarter.
That's true. Use the brain.
Right.
Okay, class, are you ready for the flashcards? I have these gigantic flashcards that I printed out.
Enormous. That's line 5.
But what is the letter name of the note?
Oh, okay.
F.
I've repeated that.
What did you say? Use your acronym every.
Right. Every good boy does fine. F, yes.
Yep, that's it. That's how we learn.
Sorry.
All right, Bernadette, you're on next.
Okay, so that's also a line. And that's a D?
Yep, that's all you need to tell me, the letter name of the
Oh,
note.
just a letter. Okay.
Yep, that's all you need to tell me. Kathy,
G.
right, G. Mary, you're up next. Now,
Okay.
I'm starting the spaces.
All righty. That's C.
Good. Right, so now we're going back to Alvin.
Don't forget Dolores.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I'm going to cut her a little break right now.
Oh, boy. I'm going out for recess.
A big break.
Hey.
Good. All right, so you're going to see, I do still have some line notes up here. Okay, Bernadette.
Wait, just a second. B?
Right, that's our middle line.
Okay. I thought we were doing
Kathy,
spaces.
they're
I
mixed.
can't.
Oh, okay.
F.
You want to try one, Dolores?
We can try.
We'll try.
Ooh, that's on the top. And an F.
F-A-C-E spell space.
Okay,
E.
E.
now, I'm pointing at it, but that didn't help. I'm pointing at it on my paper instead of answering you.
Okay, and what happened to Mary? Too much homework.
Here.
She's having computer problems. All right, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to Alvin again. Maybe she'll come back in.
E.
Yep. So we had this E, first
Mhm.
line E, and we had this E,
Last 4th space.
fourth
That's
space E.
space.
Right. Okay, now I'm gonna let you all think. I'm not gonna pick on anybody. What might this be? Anybody can go for it.
G?
Right. So this is above the staff,
Mhm.
G.
Mhm.
The other G that we saw was second line G.
Mhm.
Here you go.
Wow.
If the other one was G, this is
A?
right, because after G, the alphabet starts all over. Okay? All right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to try my skill at doing a screen share here. We'll see how successful that is. Well, if my video is where it was, oh, it's not there. Hold on. Here we go. Can you see it?
Yes.
No,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
With this video, it's going to be a little bit of a review. You're going to see some notes that you don't know off the staff. That's okay. But it's going to introduce bass clef. Okay?
Is there supposed to be video, audio with this?
What did you say, Alvin?
Is there supposed to be audio with this?
Yeah, can't you hear it?
no,
No,
You can't.
no.
no.
Wow, I wonder why. Let me check the screen sharing here.
That,
Let me see. It's more than likely it was user error, me. I'm gonna,
why can't we hear this, she's sending us this and I can get the audio, I can't get the video.
um,
Send it to me. What can't? She's sending it.
I'm gonna stop the share and then I'm gonna start it again.
I'm not
Okay.
sending the wrong person.
Okay, Mary's back in. All right. I'm gonna try this again.
Oh, the video won't play on here.
Yeah, we got the video, but we didn't get the audio.
Okay, I'm gonna start it over.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Zoom.
It's okay. It should have went in it, but it's okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm using
Get rid of this one box here.
Teams does.
Let me know if you can hear it.
Of lines and spaces called a staff.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Each of the 5
Yes.
lines and 4 spaces represent a different letter name or note depending upon which clef is found at the beginning of the staff. The 2 most commonly used clefs are the treble clef and the bass clef. As its name would suggest, the treble clef is home to notes of higher pitch frequencies than the bass clef. Therefore, when combining each clef into a grand staff, the treble clef would be placed on the staff above the bass clef, like this. Another way to think about it is that the treble clef contains notes which are above middle C, and the bass clef contains notes which are below middle C. Here is middle C. We'll go a little further into depth with this in later videos, but for now, it's just something to keep in mind. As previously mentioned, each space and each line of a staff is designated certain notes based upon the clef. Here's a quick and easy way to remember the letter names of the notes on a staff with a treble clef. For starters, the 4 spaces from bottom to top spell out the word face. F, A, C, E. With this in mind, you will be able to quickly identify any letter name on any given space of a staff with a treble clef. Let's put this into perspective. By simply knowing that F is the first letter in the word face, you can easily figure out that the first space on the very bottom of the staff is the note F. Likewise, by knowing that A is the second letter in the word face, you'll also see that the second space from the bottom is the note A, and so forth. As for the lines of a staff containing a treble clef, they each can be thought of as part of an acronym for the phrase, every good boy does fine. By just memorizing this short phrase, you'll be able to quickly identify any letter name on any given line of a staff containing the treble clef. Here's why. If you remember that does is the fourth word in Every Good Boy does fine, you will easily see that the fourth line from the very bottom is the note D. Does, D. Although slightly different than the treble clef, the same sort of technique can be used in order to remember the notes on a staff containing a bass clef as well. With the bass clef, the spaces, respectively from the bottom, are A, C, E, G. Now, remembering this isn't as easy as simply remembering the word face, as was the case with the spaces of a staff containing a treble clef. However, if ACEG is looked at as an acronym for All Cows Eat Grass, it becomes much easier to memorize. For example, eat is the third word in All Cows Eat Grass. Knowing this allows you to immediately recognize that the third space from the bottom is the note E. Eat, E. Finally, the lines of the bass clef from bottom to top, G, B, D, F, A, can be seen as an acronym for Good Boyfriends Don't Forget Anniversaries. Being that good is the first word in Good Boyfriends Don't Forget Anniversaries, G is then obviously the note found on the first line of the staff. Good, G. There you have it. Quick and easy ways to remember the notes on a staff, either with a treble clef or a bass clef, getting you well on your way to reading and writing music. In the next video lesson, I will explain the basics of how to read and write rhythm. But before you move on, don't forget to check out 5minutemozart.com for free helpful practice sheets and more in-depth explanations of everything discussed in this video.
Okay. So that was a little bit of a review and a little introduction to the bass clef, which now is going to take us over to lesson 8. So for you for this week, and I'll just say this, we're not going to do 7 today. That's just going to be practice for you, finishing lesson 6. And then lesson 7 will be practice for you this week, treble clef. But right now, if you can find lesson 8, we're going to be working on. I'm going to talk a little bit about the bass clef too. This is much easier to draw, and this actually comes from the old, I believe it's the Old English letter F. So go ahead and follow the directions where it tells you to place a dot on the 4th line and do maybe about 4 of them up there at the top. To me, it looks, I always tell people it looks kind of like a comma. And you must have the 2 dots after it filled in, just the way it looks. And then I'd like to see your artwork.
How you would do that.
No, you can't.
I mean, I don't know how she's going to be able to see it.
Okay, I think Kathy has her artwork done.
I can't see it.
You got to move it over a little bit. Okay, good. You have the dots at the right place. Perfect.
Okay.
I won't spend a lot of time on the bass clef, but I think you should at least memorize the acronyms so you can figure it out. As bell ringers, some bass clef notes you would do for choir. If you're a tenor or a bass, you would be reading those notes in choir music.
Do you see it?
Looks good. You got them all. Alvin,
done.
see your homework.
Pardon
Okay,
me?
just pull it up a little bit.
Yes,
A little more, a little more.
Let's move it down.
Okay, looks good.
Good, good.
Dolores?
I didn't go the whole way across. I just.
Oh, that's
did-
okay. That's just a few of them.
Can you see them at all?
No, just bring the book up or paper up a little bit higher.
You see them at all?
Yes.
Yes,
Or is that, no, that's the book.
that's the book, yeah.
Pull it up.
Nice try.
That's up too far. Bring it down a little bit. Okay, good.
That's it.
All right, so I would like you to right now, for now, just go ahead and write in, do 2 lines, and then we're gonna go over to the spaces. We're gonna work on the spaces a little bit, and then we're gonna call it a day. Because next week is a test. I'm sorry, a quiz.
Quiz.
Yeah. The test will come on week 4, and then we'll start the second round, which then I'm hoping till then to get into time signatures and a little bit of counting.
That's good. That's a B.
And when you memorize the line notes, you can use this acronym. It doesn't matter. Whatever works for you. You know, whatever's easy. Great big dogs bite animals. Or make one up. All done? Okay. Wow, you're quick.
Wow.
I cheated. No, I'm kidding. Can't say I did it from memory, so I have to get better at that.
Okay. All right, so when you're done with that, you can go ahead and go on to the spaces then for the bass clef. You can use the one that was on the video, all cows eat grass, or this one says all cars eat grass. You pick.
Okay.
And then we'll just do the first couple lines. Just do the spaces. That's what I would suggest. We'll just do the spaces and then the rest you can finish. All finished, Alvin?
Yes,
All right.
I got a thumbs up
Okay.
from over
Bernadette's.
here.
What's that?
From over here.
Oh, you have your checker over there.
Oh,
Okay. Hi,
he has
Bonnie.
a tutor.
I did it myself.
I'm going to show, before we stop this video, I'm going to show you something that I use to teach, use this to teach elementary and students. And when everybody's done, I'll show it to you. I have all kinds of tricks up my sleeve.
And they're long sleeves, aren't they?
Not today. It's too warm.
I have short sleeves, yeah.
No, not today. I thought it was very humid.
Yeah.
Mary, are you getting there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm working on stuff, yeah. After I will go print the right documents. I have homework to do.
Well, that's okay. You don't let the homework scare you. I mean, this is a
No,
class.
it doesn't.
It's a class.
Right, it doesn't.
With a music class, yeah, you're going to have to do work
Yep.
if you want to learn.
I played the flute it was years ago. I was probably like in 6th grade or so, 6th, 7th grade.
Oh, okay. So you could read everything above the staff.
No, I can't.
You could at one time.
I can, yes, I could, but I didn't keep up with it, so. But this is bringing it back a little bit more too.
Hey, are you about ready, Dolores?
No, just go. This is to me. So just go.
Well, I want you to see what I'm going to do here.
I'll
I
watch.
mean, any of this you can finish on your own time. All right, so here's the way I teach. Okay, I'm gonna use my left hand, just because of the way Zoom is. So here's the 5 lines: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got it? Spaces: 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I point, I'm in treble clef. What's the note?
E.
Next one.
D.
Just call it out. Right.
Let's see it. Oh. B.
D.
E. Can't see it. No.
F. Right.
F. Yeah.
Okay. Spaces.
F,
A.
A, C, E.
Right. So that's how and then I mix it up. And I get the student to the point where they can just rattle it off, and I just point, and then that's how they learn it. It's a simple but a very efficient way to teach. Well, that's an elementary school trick.
Glad you're at our level.
Well, like I said last week, you can't scare me. I mean, I've taught high school and middle school, so this is nothing. Can't scare me.
I went to both.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions?
No. So far, so good.
So far, so good? All right.
Yeah.
So I'll be sending you lesson 10 and 11. They're just going to be practice sheets, okay, for the bass clef.
Okay.
And then next week we're going to do the quiz, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about sharps and flats. Just a little bit, and then we'll talk about that and the grand staff. Now, the grand staff, this is the grand staff here. When you see this bar line and then the brace, that's called a grand staff. That's, whoops, everything is backwards for me. So when I play, when anybody plays piano, that's what we read off of, a grand staff, bass clef at the bottom, treble clef at the top. We read 2 clefs at one time. Now, when I'm playing organ, then you add another bass clef on the bottom of that, and you're reading 3 clefs at once. Does that sound like fun?
Go.
Well, that's organ music. 3 clefs at once.
Wow.
I probably won't get to that point.
You don't need to.
Oh, thank you.
You don't need to.
Good to know.
Just some basic knowledge would be great. All right, if there's no questions, I think we can end the class and keep everyone else in thought and prayer that's not here tonight. Pastor Craven is recovering from some minor dental procedure. So anyway, he's hurting a little bit. So I'll send the video out. I'll send everything out to everybody and the separate video that we watched tonight. So, okay.
Very good.
Yes.
All right. I'll
Thank you.
see most of you Sunday morning, and sometime I'll get to see you, Dolores.
Yeah, good luck.
Dolores, if you want to hang on, I'll chat with you a little bit. I'm going to end the recording.